Yo guys, welcome back to a video. How are you guys doing today? I hope I caught you guys doing well. Make sure you drop a comment. Tell me how you guys are doing. Let me know what country you guys are from. I think it'd be cool to see where you guys are from. Today we have one of my favorite stories of all time. The very famous rolling a joint on the school bus, sneaking away from our school field trip, and just wandering the city and trying our best to find liquor. So this story opens up, it's a Monday morning, it's a very normal day, you know? And this whole thing almost did not happen because I was late to school by 5 minutes. And basically there's this program at our school that takes you on field trips every couple of months. Sometimes it's a walk. But today we were going to this kind of college pretenser. Basically they were going to take us into a big building in the city and just... Basically, there's just a bunch of college kids showing us a bunch of shit that they do and what they were going in for a living just so we could see what we wanted to do. But obviously, we are on fucking demon time. We didn't give a shit about the college thing. We're like, yo, we're getting the fuck out of school. We got some weed, some rolling papers, and I got $40 in my pocket. Now, at this point, I already knew it was going to be a great day, but I get on the school bus, and I see my boy Jason sitting at the back of the bus, so I hop back there, I sit beside him, I dab him up, I'm like, yo, what's good? And immediately we started plotting, you know? I take out my rolling papers, he's like, yo, I got a little bit of weed, I had a little bit of weed on me, I probably had about a gram, he had a little more, so he was like, yo, don't even worry about it, you can save your weed for later today, we can use mine. Now, mind you, we wanted to get there and we immediately wanted to smoke. So I look at my buddy and I'm like, yo, let's just roll this fucking joint on the bus. Now at first we were both a little hesitant. We were like, you know, we get caught for this, we are 100% getting kicked out of our fucking school, and there's a teacher literally 5 rows in front of us. And if any kid says anything to anybody and they say it to the wrong person, we're fucked. We are cooked. But obviously, we are some absolute demons, so we begin to roll this joint anyway. So we have nothing to roll on, so I had to go and talk to the kid who was directly behind us, and he was chill, he was also our buddy. We don't need to give him a name because he's not important in this story. And I'm like, yo, I need a piece of paper or a binder or something. He's like, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing? And I just decided to tell him because I knew he was cool. I'm like, yo, we're about to roll a joint on the bus. And everyone... him and the person sitting beside him looked at us like we were fucking retarded, which, I mean, fair enough, we were. So anyway, he gives us this binder. I sit back down and it's sitting between us, right? I have weed in my fanny pack, so he passes me his bag of weed, and I start, because we didn't have a grinder, so I start finger busting it in my fanny pack. And once it's all finger busted, he takes his rolling paper out, and he decided he didn't want to go the pencil way. He was just gonna roll it straight up. So he starts filling up the joint, and he has to keep reaching in my fanny pack because obviously we couldn't just like put it on the fucking binder. And immediately, bro, as like this whole time, it's already smelled like a little bit of weed. And granted, we are super nose blind, and I knew that we were gonna have some fucking issues when the kid in front of us turned around and was like, do y'all smell that? I smell weed. I was freaking out at this point. We almost stopped rolling the joint. And we are doing this the most covert way we possibly fucking can. You know, we're covering it. It looks like we're fucking doing some weird ass shit on the bus. But as we're rolling this joint, we're probably we had about an hour to where we were going. We're about 20 minutes into this trip. Because at this point, obviously we cannot fully roll. So this is the most scuffed roll we have ever done. So eventually, we get this joint done, and we're sitting there, and I think this whole bus smelled like fucking gas pack. But we had opened the windows on both sides. We got the kids behind us to open their window. We got the kids beside us, and we opened our window. So a bunch of windows are open, so there is some airflow. So I think that's the only reason we didn't get fucked over. So we get there, and they line us all up, and we go into this building, and it's literally just a huge fucking room. It's like bigger than a football stadium, and there's just stands. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And there's just hella stands, and kids are doing shit. So we walk around for about 5 minutes, and we're looking for a way out. We're like, yo, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, how the fuck are we gonna get out of this place? And we found at the back, there were these, there was literally just an exit, right? these doors, and then it was led to this deck that was overlooking the ocean. And you could literally just, from the deck, you can just walk into the city. Like, there's nobody there to stop you. You can literally just walk out and fucking leave. So that's exactly what the fuck we did. So we're walking away, and we light up this joint at this point, and we're chilling. We're gonna have a good fucking day. I know it's gonna be an amazing day. So we're like, shit, man. We're smoking this joint, and we're already preluding to the next joint we need to smoke. But we only had one rolling paper, so we were like, shit. Our next mission is to find some rollies. So we spent a long time just walking around chilling, and then we were posted up outside this gas station, and we were asking people, and then this guy, he's walking down the road. He's got a like a fucking plaid shirt on. He's got a baseball cap on. He's old as fuck. This motherfucker's like 86, or not 86. He looks like he's in his 60s, right? He's old motherfucker. So I'm like, yo, and he replies to me, and like, he is speaking fucking nonsense. He's like, oh yeah, man, like, how you doing, bro? Like, the Cubs were doing really good last week. You don't know how good you are at baseball until you, like, literally just saying the most random fucking shit. But I'm like, yo, do you think you can go in that gas station for us and get us some rolling papers? And he's like, oh yeah, man, I got you. I just got my new iPhone 11 back in the day, 1990. Like, literally just most random fucking shit on the planet. So I hand him this $5 bill, and honestly, I honestly was not fully confident I was gonna get my rolling papers or my $5 back. But then this motherfucker looks at me and he goes, make sure you don't go anywhere. I don't want to get scammed. And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's gotta be on every single drug on the planet to think he's gonna get scammed when I give him money for literally some fucking rolling papers. Like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. But anyway, this motherfucker took a fat minute in the store, so I thought maybe he was just gonna stay in there. I mean, it seems like he had fucking nothing to do all day, so I thought he was really just gonna fucking spend half an hour trying to finesse me out of $5. But eventually he did come out with 2 packs of rolling papers and like some change. I was like, nah, bro, you can keep the change, fam. He's like, oh, much appreciated, man. And then as he's walking away, I remember he kept talking about baseball, so he keeps talking about the most random ass baseball shit. He kept talking about the fucking Cubs, and he's like, yo, man, you gotta play for the Cubs, you know, they did really good, like, unrelated to what the fuck we're doing. But we're like, shit, man, I still got $40, we might as well try to get this guy to boot liquor. So we're like, yo, man, can you boot for us? And he's like, no, man, I don't drink. I'm like, that's not what the fuck I asked you, but okay. So he was like, I gotta go. So he went away and did his fucking thing. So our next thing is we needed to find a boot. And we saw this fucking homeless guy. He was sitting on the ground, right? We walk over to him and we're like, yo, man, what's up? And this motherfucker's downed out. I've never seen anybody more fucked up in my life, yo. Straight up. It looks like he is not even processing English. He did not say a word back to us. He looked at us, put his head down, and fell to the side. And we're like, oh shit, bro. This motherfucker definitely not booting for us. So our next idea was like, fuck it, bro. We're just gonna try to go in the liquor store ourselves. So my bro, he looks a little bit older than me, so I give him my money, and he goes in the store, and he comes out, and he's like, they didn't ID me, but they didn't have what we were looking for. So I was like, bro, why the fuck didn't you just get some other shit? So he goes back in the store, and then they try to ID him. So they were gonna let him buy before, but the second time around, for some reason, they ID'd him. Weird as fuck. So we actually didn't end up getting any liquor, and at this point, we are over a 20-minute walk from this building, right? And one of the assistant teachers texted me, and she's like, hey, where are you guys? I haven't seen you guys the whole fucking time. And now we're like, oh shit, bro, like, we're fucked. The bus leaves in 20 minutes. It takes us 20 minutes to get back. Like, we're fucked, right? So we start hustling, but then we're like, yo, we haven't smoked in like literally like half an hour, bro. We gotta smoke a joint before we go back on the bus. So we took a really ballsy play, and we stopped to roll our last joint. And we actually did manage to get this joint off, but when we got back, now there was some motherfucker standing by the doors, and he's like, hey, you guys can't come in here, it's a school thing. And we're like, yo, we're literally like part of the school, like. And he's like, oh, you guys need your yellow bags, because they gave us a bunch of bags. And I had lost mine, but luckily, Luckily, my buddy still had his, so we were able to get back in. We got back on that motherfucking bus, and it was honestly a good fucking day. And no one ever really found out besides that one teacher, but she was chilling, never ended up telling anybody. But yeah, one of my fucking favorite stories. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe, bye.